Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Badlands Crew, where today I think we're going to try to push east a little bit further. I will say, I spent some time looking around for missions that give training manuals, because, you know, it might be nice to have another gun, honestly, but I realized we're probably not going to be able to mount another gun on this truck without starting to hit a point of diminishing driving efficiency with the amount of weight that's on it right now. So maybe I'm still looking for a better engine even now. And I don't really know how to find a better engine. Like, I don't know what set of blueprints I expect to find a better engine in. But battle vehicle blueprints seems like an okay, right? That seems like just sort of a category of stuff that's good for your battle vehicle. And these clown outpost missions around here all have some variety of like these same couple of rewards. And I think I like this. Battle Vehicle Blueprints 1, Clown Advanced Blueprints 1, and a bunch of funny medallions for the good clown weapons. So the question really is just like Rictus Outpost versus Hyena Outpost. And I have no idea what the difference is. And then over here there's a vulture guy. We'll worry about that later. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess it would be good to open up this shortcut before we push on to... Yeah, let's do this real fast. This should be a quick, easy mission. And then we'll take on that further stronghold, because that'll give us a better view of the territory beyond. And we can always backfill and take the other strongholds, as we have with some of the clown stuff, in the southwest part of the map. There is also still all of the pyro stuff up north that we've not dealt with hardly at all. But I kind of want to lay off of that for a while, because it seems from our previous episode that a lot of the pyro units have innate toxic resistance. At least I think that's what those icons when we were targeting them were supposed to be communicating. And if that's the case, obviously we might want to revolutionize our weapons a little bit before we get to that. Okay, so there's another... How are we going to do this then? Because if there's a blockage in the pass here, but also there, we might have to drive all the way around. Well, you know, that's not such a bad idea. It won't be nearly as long as the last mission, and it'll get us some more vision down here. Yeah, let's maybe make this a little bit of a drive. How do I close the dim? Okay, there we go. I am getting... Okay, I was going to say I'm getting, like, intermittent pings on the binoculars, but yeah, it's because Zeppelin. What an annoying thing. So this means I need to go... Like, we want to aim for that bit of road right there, I think. Boy, yeah, the Order folks are lying in wait for us so nearby that our defensive towers are actually getting a workout. I was trying to get a ram there. I think we hit them too, but they definitely dealt some ramming damage to us. That's just going to be a cache. We're going on a long enough drive here that I'm not particularly stressed about picking up every random piece of garbage that we come across. All right, can we get a driver? Actually, there's a couple of cars that are closer. You know what? The engine's exposed. Just fire directly into it. Okay, not necessarily a great idea to have a bunch of enemies directly behind us while we're carrying the explosives trailer. I do like the combat song. I like the sort of like the grungy feel of it, but I also sure wish there was more combat music, you know? The game could use, perhaps, a tiny bit more variety. Alright, so up here on the plateau, we basically just want to go... I don't really want to go inside the walls of Hyena Outpost, so we'll try to go like this around Merry-Go-Round Rock and then south. Big dramatic volcano in the distance that I would be surprised if it didn't have a relic associated with it. Big obvious landmarks seem to be the common places to put them. Alright, and with those guys gone, we can finally fast forward a little bit. Oh geez. That's a big worm. Yep, I was right. There's no way we're getting onto that road without going the long way. Alright, well. Has to happen at least once, right? They seem to be approaching us very, very slowly. Yeah, okay, this one finally decided he really wants to go for it, but it looked like there was some uncertainty there for a bit. Wait, how do I... That's weird. I find it very difficult to target like particular wheels and stuff. It just sort of once you've flipped your targeting off of a wheel, there's no guarantee that you can ever get it back to that one in particular. Very strange. It's very strange stuff. Yes, Nick, I want the right front wheel pressing right and pressing down. Yeah, none of the combinations of button presses actually get it. I guess just kind of shoot in the direction of the bumper then? I don't know. I wish you could just actually aim your shots, you know? Sort of like Phoenix Point style. Oof. I really want to go this way. I mean, they're all just kind of sitting in the arcs. Yeah, these are tougher enemies, but not you. You're toast. Those are tougher enemies, but they're worth a fair amount of XP at least. I can't believe these clowns with this like super open body plan are holding on. You would think that they would be losing crew members left and right, just sort of natural attrition. Alright, can I get you to go get some blood? Okay, we need to, yep, this gap. I hear more clowns, but it would be best if we could get Boomic to heal up real fast. Okay. Back to your gun, and let's put it together again. Alright, so let's not focus on the big truck first. I do kind of wish that we could do more like squad level design like this. Because I think there's a lot of interesting strategy in like putting together a lead car and there we go. You know, putting together like the lead car and the pursuit vehicles and stuff like. That's a much greater level of design complexity, though, for sure. Alright, Campbell's already cooked. Slow down here a little bit. Wood, can you please? Yeah, just go ahead and fire at the body, I guess. The HP of that thing is pretty low. And I'm going to need you to go and pick Campbell back up. Jeez, and the back wall of the truck is already down. That's fucked. Alright, Boomik. This thing's still got a lot of HP left, unfortunately. Yeah, I know the compressor's in a little bit of trouble. Let's just try to cause some gas explosions on the front right corner of the truck. See if we can't get a little bit more poison damage in. And it looks like the answer is no, we can't. Again, just kind of shooting for that front left corner, rather. Ah, shit, there's a fire. Let me slow things down, manipulate the camera here. It's always a little challenging. Yeah, go use the hose, put out the fire. We need to steer the truck a little bit. I think this way. Not really sure. I probably can't afford to speed up. Okay, this thing's getting really close to being out of HP. Just raw structural damage. Alright, that's got you in the side firing arc for sure. Compressor's still fucked, huh? There we go. Alright, damn. Okay, so people are getting on repair duty. Alright, it's this side compressor that's all janked up. One nice thing about the focus that we've been doing on Badlander skill points for a lot of our people is Badlander does increase your repair speed. Alright, get back on lookout duty. And yeah, this is approximately correct. That said, we are still massively overheated. I gotta remember to take advantage of the fast mode while it's available. I don't think there's any particular reason for us to do anything other than stick to the wall here, although again, I'm sure there's some cool relics at the edge of the world. Yeah, I've been kind of taking it easy on these, like thinking I don't want to go burning all my resources, but maybe that's the wrong way to approach this. Really firing that high up in the sky doesn't feel like it's... I don't feel like it's all that helpful. Like, even if these aren't the most difficult battles we're going to face, they are certainly weakening us relative, you know, and then we're going to get into those more difficult battles with worse health and more damaged parts. So yeah, go ahead and pop cooldowns and let's take shit seriously. We still gotta be a little bit careful because obviously some of our cooldowns are more limited than others. But they're working hard on staying on just this one particular angle of the car. No, not that. This. this. Get health back. Somebody else go repair the fuel trunk. Fuel trunk? Fuel drum? Whatever it is. Okay, there's a lookout point up there. That is kind of interesting. While you're down here, go ahead and refill. You carry the blood for a reason. Boy, that's discouraging. That right there really makes you want to not be on the makes you want to not go for this. I don't even know how. I guess you would access it via this thing, right? Where are we at on fuel? We're still like okay, I have to admit that's kind of compelling. I do think we want to I'm going to take that bridge. We're going to do a little bit more exploring. Maybe come away with more valuable blueprints than we even intended to. Although I guess I wasn't going to get any blueprints for this mission. Oh, except that there is a barricade up there. Huh. How would I access this area without using this freeway? Sure doesn't seem like you should try to drive through the lava flow. Oh, there's like a ramp over there, I guess. Okay, that's all very interesting. Maybe, but maybe given that we'd have to back up that much, maybe we don't. Maybe that's not a today, right now, this second kind of problem. Okay, but that's a relic, and that's reachable. At least I think that's reachable. No, it's on the other side of the shit, isn't it? Yeah, okay, well, you know what? Why don't we take a little bit of a look? Why don't we see if there's a way around here? I do feel like when they go under the wheels on purpose, it should probably have more of an effect on them. Or like the wheels of the truck don't actually deal any damage, and that's bananas. That's such a bizarre way to implement that. Does unfortunately seem like maybe there isn't a way to get over there at all. How's my compressor supply still bad? Oh, we got borders. Well, it's not still bad. It's bad again. Okay, there we go. We're live. Also, that engine's gotta be able to go down, like... Look at how busted up it looks already. Yeah, there we go. Again, just trying to like fling whoopee cushions into the cab in general. Yeah, you can see the poison's connecting. So the ground starts to shift to a kind of a different color over here, and we're pretty far off of our mission at this point. I think until the shortcuts are opened up, that western ramp is probably actually the only way into that area. All right, that's fine. We'll just convert back to the real mission here. Not too worried about the Orator's battle wagon. Let them do what they want to do. Jesus. Alright, actually, this is starting to look like maybe it's going to be a pretty serious fight. That's interesting. That I might want to actually just... Yeah, that's not very far away at all. Yeah, I think this is going to be... This is going to be maximum take it serious time. Get to the drums. Let's fucking do this. Alright, you're still not even high enough level to have that skill yet. Alright, let's start popping tires. Let's start abbreviating people. Try to save Boomik's life. Yeah, the drum stun seems like such an important ability. I don't know why I'm firing whoopee cushions at the wheels. That's probably not ideal. It does seem like the whoopee cushion guns are not routinely hitting though, right? Like when we fire the waist shots, it seems like they fire wide a lot. Okay, those are pretty good hits though. We'll do a little bit of combat here. Let's try to clean up our pursuers. Very, very difficult to get a good ram going. Difficult, but perhaps not impossible. Ah, there's you. All right, most of them are dead, I think. Merrick can get on engine repairs here. Okay, backup are doing their thing. I'm gonna wait for Merrick to get back to there so we can do this. Alright, a little bit of survey. This land is foul indeed. I sense it was not always this way. This must be the Orator's work. Oh, I don't know. I feel like he probably had some help from a couple generations of... Alright. Anyway, look, the important thing is let's get back to the actual mission here. Seems like we have gotten the thing done. Engine is still very, very hot though. I appreciate the fact that the drummer is so powerful and important. But I do wish that there were more instruments. You know, in particular, since like Fury Road is such an obvious inspiration, it's wild that you cannot more directly do Warrior. Just let this one whoopee cushion launcher handle the rest of the combat. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the toxic damage is cool in theory, and, you know, being able to poison all of the enemy drivers, and oh jeez, and then have them just all sort of ticking through the entirety of combat. It's cool, but I definitely feel less capable of just killing enemy vehicles than I would think I should be with the DPS that we're putting out. Part of it's the loss of the some of our really dangerous gunners, but I don't know. I'm definitely feeling less upgraded than I would like. Also, not really wild about this dodge the lightning minigame. Listen, I played Final Fantasy X. I've had enough of this for one lifetime. Alright, there's our barricade. We take the freeway home, unblock the other side, and turns out we don't even need the extra fuel drop. Wow, there's an awful lot of weather out here. There we go. I was a little worried the whoopee cushions might not be up to the task. Never mind, fear's unfounded. Our car is... But you know what? Wood's armor is still actually remarkably intact. They got through all the APC hulls and everything, though. This was a tough drive, and it definitely like reinforced to me how difficult the enemy vehicles are in this area. Oh, that's just the... I really do wish it wouldn't present the Order battle Zeppelin as a binocular ping, because for the most part, the binoculars pinging are like there's an objective or there's something to do or gather. You know, it's usually like on balance a good thing. And then it's sometimes it's the Zeppelin. It's just like, oh, well, it was a waste of my time to press this button. Wait, this isn't my stronghold. No, it sure ain't. Okay. What am I doing? Let's maybe not be here. I got totally distracted. Well, some pretty serious toxic damage. Call in some reinforcements. Again, probably want to take this a little bit seriously because we've pissed off a defense force here. Let's hope we get some decent explosions. Okay, yeah. Reasonably hit the crew there. Adrenaline boost on merit, probably not super relevant, honestly. Maybe like the person in the van who needs that the least. Just to be on the safe side, you know? Unfortunately, because I can't really look up, we don't have a good sense of how long it's going to take for the fuel drop to enter, there we go, shootable territory, is what I was about to say. Okay, I think that's good enough for it to warp to me, right? Yeah. Okay, this is actually taking us home. You know, when you're on the outside of the fortresses, they all kind of look... I don't know. I don't know what my excuse is. That's a lot of red dots down there. Oh, once again, let's pop everybody's damage boosts and probably shoot at something you could actually hit. Okay, so there's nothing then. Yeah, geez. Alright, I don't know that we're going to stick around for all this. Let's just head home. We're nearly full on supplies. Some of us have lost some significant amount of health. I guess we only had one person go down. We had a couple of close calls. I wonder if you kill stuff during the cinematic time, I wonder whether you get rewards for it. Okay, so that turned out to be way more of a problem than I thought it was going to be, but I think it's a really valuable shortcut to have opened. And we've learned some things about the map, at least. Really not a lot of XP for the amount of time we spent. Alright, and a bunch of stuff. Not super exciting. The strongholds come through. Yeah, all right. Got a couple level ups to manage here. You still desperately need to get your damage up. Yeah, and you especially. You especially really need to get your damage up. Okay, nothing super complicated to do there. Any cool trader stuff? Sandworm scales for old tire rubber. We have a ton of old tire rubber. I don't think there's any reason to hold off on that. Toughened leather for sandworm ambergris, a thing we currently have none of. Take that. And we actually have more steel than we have latex, so I think we're good there. All right, let's have a quick look around here for good rewards. Are these still going to be about the same as they were? No, now they all give spare keys. Okay, this one still gives the two sets of blueprints. Well then, I think let's go take Grindcutter Outpost. I'm glad that we opened that up. It turns out the mission rewards made it not super not super valuable because we don't want to go to that stronghold anyway, but we have really dramatically reduced the length and difficulty of a trip to the east, which is important because all of our major long-term objectives lie to the east of us. I think we're even facing basically the right direction here. We want to go like this way around the big rocks a little bit more. Let me guess, it's the Orator. Or no, it's probably a cache. It is also the Orator. At this point, dude is just maximum shadowing mode. Following us everywhere we go. Oh, right. You know what, Merritt? Give me some counter programming here. Hey, look, we got access to a damage boost for the first time on Campbell. Progress is being made slowly but surely. I may have popped some cooldowns there a little prematurely. I don't think it's a big deal. I was really expecting to drive over that, you know? I thought we could just like pick up the actual cache components with just a little bit of ramming while we allowed the guns to focus on actual enemies, but apparently not. Yeah, I do think we're definitely paying a price. I put our higher deadliness people on the guns that have the higher listed DPS. I think their percentage damage bonuses will carry a little bit more there. But the fact that those are the guns that do like mostly personnel damage and not so much with the structural damage is definitely, it's a complicating factor in heavy combat. Looks like we got some juvenile worms here harassing the last of the Order crew, and here comes Mom. Fortunately, the amount of damage a juvenile sandworm does from colliding with the trucks seems to be pretty minor. Yeah, those things are fast. Okay, I don't actually need to scan that cache to know that there's a cache there. Okay. Against all odds, it would seem that we have shed our opponents. Now we just have to hope that the engine has time to cool down before we get into another big fight. So if we turn right just past the thing here, yeah, that should be very doable. This clown stronghold only has one opening in its walls, which is going to make it really annoying to get out of here potentially. Hold on now. Yeah, that's some kind of relic for sure. Oh, hold on, I have another, at least one more scan. Okay, I did briefly, and then it evaporated before I even got to do it. All right, here we go. We're gonna try to get over there and scan that relic before I put away, before I put Merit over on the drums. Gosh, this sure seems like an awful lot of enemies. Just a lot of little red dots on the map. Yeah, and we've bought essentially no cooldown at all. That really sucks. Alright, it is time for the climactic battle of this mission. God, this really is a lot of enemies. No, you can probably try to finish this off. Shoot at the people. We're just going to hit the outer part of the truck anyway. Oh, Merit, just hold on a little while longer. So you just scan a thing and then get on the drums. You can heal yourself afterward. A roadside attraction from the before times. Looks like the clowns took a liking to him. Alright, we'll make sure that we get this. But first, the drums. Let's just kind of drive around in the area in front of this thing, so hopefully we'll hit the relic at some point. Hit the relic cache, rather. Alright, do that, and then get to the drums. I almost forgot. I probably didn't need to start the rain, but also it can't hurt. Ah, this is unfortunate. So enemies that are very low to the ground, we're seeing some occlusion, unfortunately, with the Whoopee launchers. All right, that should be the end of that taco truck. Oh, never mind, it pulled away right as we started firing. This is the danger of shooting at somebody who's on the edge of your range indicator. Okay, nice. It's one down. Yeah, see, that's just not even aimed at the vehicle. Just shooting like a mile behind it. There's definitely something going on with these Whoopee cushion launchers. Maybe we need to trade them out for something else. Wow, nice. Alright, it is a good moment. Enemies are exploding left and right. I want to shoot into the cockpit. Wow. Yeah, the interior. Fortunately, their vehicles are getting stuck on each other as well. Take over for a second here and manually drive over to the cache, because I would love to get this taken care of before combat ends. Oh my god, the hitching. Make sure that gets open so we don't have to come back for it on another mission, because I'm afraid I won't remember. Okay. Secrets of the Quarry, Volume 2. Head around the front and get ready to do the thing all over again. Unfortunately, our backup's probably going to leave pretty soon. Yeah, again, just kind of shoot for where the people are. If we can start wearing the crew down with poison. Not a single one even kind of lands. Good work, everybody. Yeah, you know what? If you can clear the fuel tank off of one of these things, that would actually be great. Okay, hey, that's pretty good. Getting some decent damage in there. All right. Do my level best to blow the fuel tank up. any of you actually hit this? The answer is no. I don't think I'm actually dealing damage to it, unfortunately. I think I'm taking damage. Alright, doing our level best to stay focused. After Boomic uses this, Boomic is the one who's running forward to try to fix the engine. Maybe we should have thought that angle concern through a little bit better. I'd love to be aiming for the driver. There we go. Yeah, if we can just break off the windshield plating, yeah, it's gonna do some good work for us in the long run here. All right, got some poison in on that car. Pretty happy. Ah, shit. Okay. You get merit, you get back to your station. And y'all can... Yeah, we gotta focus on the champion, obviously. These shots are not gonna make it all the way out there. I don't know what I'm doing. That said, we might actually still hit something, because there are a lot of cars clustered around him. Oh. Crawled out of range at like 1/10 of a second. Alright. He's working hard to get back to the gun. Bueno is not good at resurrecting people. Hold on, let me double my damage up. Oh, and of course, doing so causes all of the everything to be out of range. That's just a random chuckle wagon. I don't really care that much about that, but let's just try to keep everybody on cooldown here. Alright, so I can't hit anything that actually matters. Finishing off a defense tower would at least be worth some money, or some XP. Oh, there's a solid ram. I don't think that's the... I've lost sight of the champion, actually. Oh, I do not need this thing on top of me. Ooh, I do not feel like we got credit there for all the damage that should have done to the champion. Because, like, we're good at ramming. Back and hit the compressor. All you have is the defense tower. Well, shoot up into the gunners. And I'm gonna have Merit press this button and then just run back to the drums real quick, or run back to the lookout station. Or be stunned to death, potentially, instead of any of the things I said. Be stunned from full all the way to death. Yeah, just go real fast this way, I guess. The chuckle wagon's going down anyway. I guess we can probably knock these two cars off real fast. That'll help. What I'd like to do is see if we can get Merritt to call in reinforcements again, though. It sounds like the compressors are back up, but they're hardly the only problem we're having back here, and the fuel tanks need to not catch on fire, so we now try to fix that. Do we have the clown champion? Yeah, just barely. But driving into range, so hopefully these projectiles will reach him. We didn't actually get to see if they landed or not. I feel like it should show you, you know, when you do that. It should show you whether or not they landed. Alright. Boomik, get back to your station, which does function. Actually, get on this station. I don't know if this was yours or not, but you need to be over here. Because you can finish this whole damn thing. It does feel like maybe the clown should have died there. The champion should have died. I feel like I would have died. Okay, I think the champion went down. Ugh, that's messy. I sure can. So, Merritt, go ahead and call in some reinforcements. Would go help Campbell. Alright, let's just get it home now. And everyone's back on their feet. I'm not using the swerve and sideswipe stuff, and I should be. In particular, like, we definitely have those situations where we're pulled up alongside, and like we've tried to make a ram and it's ended up weird, and our wheels have like locked with the other car, where I'm sure sideswipe would actually be really helpful. I gotta get better about that. Okay, that's a better XP per minute, you know? Something. Certainly got ourselves some blueprints, so I'll be eager to see what's in all that. A bunch of funny medallions, of course, always welcome. 2 nuke ornaments. Okay, yep, advanced blueprints. Fiberglass donut, fiberglass hot dog, obviously. Slash small quality 8-cylinder engine, large storage cage. Okay, stuff that might be, yeah, new speakers for, I assume, amplifying the area or the effectiveness of the drums, and then some new clown weapons, which we'll have to see. Hopefully they'll be effective. Another slap in the face for those stinking clowns, eh? I hear there's some wacky stuff buried in that old quarry. You keep your eyes peeled, grab any blueprints you can dig up. Yeah, we'll see. Still fighting some mighty tough battles here. I definitely want Badlander for you as well. Working on Merritt's Boy Scout rating now. It's going to unlock. Oh, a friendly battle wagon. Okay, yeah, that seems actually very helpful. You're getting more Badlander. Although we're starting to get to the point with Ueno where I wonder if it's worth going for other stuff. Like obviously having more perk slots available is a big deal, and that's what I'm focused on. But it's not the only thing in the universe. Alright, so what even is this other stuff? I guess we attach these to the side of the car for like side swiping into people. New guns. The Buzz Slasher is 360 degrees, but only 28 real DPS, and then a chance of bleed. The juggler, 60 blunt damage at 100 range. Yo, that is a little bit of an improvement over this toxic damage. Shooting pool balls. There's 10 compressor requirements, so it's actually a little lighter than the Whoopee launcher. In fact, with us leaving the 3 compressors on the vehicle, we could just replace the Whoopee launchers with jugglers and have a spare compressor. So if one goes down, we're still fully live. Septic Scatterer has 60 DPS. Wide angle pneumatic toxic water balloon cannon. Poison long chance. Has a lot of compression though. Also, this is dip into our uranium supply. We're starting to get some pretty serious stuff here. I might just swap to the juggler, honestly. So I'm assuming when it says stun mid or poison long or whatever, that's the name of the status effect. And it determines, how long the type of status effect that it is determines how long it is. And then the chance given here is like a percentage chance on hit, or a percentage chance for each contact. Yeah, jugglers feel like they would probably be the winner. Can I? Nope, these are also only cardinal directions. But I think I like that enough. I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. Toxic thing was an interesting experiment. I don't think I like it enough. Okay, let's try to make sure I'm tucking all the way up into the corner, because otherwise we won't have enough. Oh, I'm out of magnesium. Shit. I was so busy looking at, like, the medallions have been the problem so many times in the past. All right, well, we'll put one of the Whoopee launchers back out then. But yeah, the plan is for sure to replace this with the juggler. Something that's just a little bit more, like, broadly good. So, quality compressors are 6x6x6. So 50% larger than a toughened compressor for twice as much compression. Well, 6x6x6 is going to be a 36 unit footprint. Sorry, I believe 6 is 50% larger than 4, but a 6x6 footprint is a lot. The 36 blocks is a lot larger than the 16 block footprint of a 4x4. Still, I could tuck one. Well, actually, I probably can't tuck one inside the APC frame. And a large storage cage that holds twice as much as the medium. Okay, that's definitely interesting. Okay, and the speaker is just like an extra little spit out point for the sound. It doesn't improve the effectiveness at all, which means we don't really need it. All right, so we're using an armored 8-cylinder engine, 825 HP, 2800 carry limit. Okay, and because the armor itself has no meaningful weight, it's actually just the armored is just better than the quality. And here we have decorations in case our enemies need to be intimidated by Homer Simpson's canonical donut. Somebody out there's got to be afraid of the Simpsons, right? Okay, so yeah, I would really like to finish fixing up my weapons here. Which means I might just look around and see if there's a mission that gives... probably any mission will give some of those particular materials, right? I think those are a thing we're seeing a lot of. That is really, really far out there. We definitely don't have any pyro medallions. We've done like no pyro fighting. Okay. So probably we'll get some just from fighting, you know, we always do. And I'm sure the other strongholds will send some in as well. We should have enough after one more mission to affix the new gun, and I'll probably just take care of that mission off camera so that we are ready to roll with our new loadout next time. So that's gonna be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you return, like I said, we get some new weapons to play with, and hopefully we're on our way to a new engine so that we can jam even more guns and, you know, honestly, maybe a little bit more armor onto this thing. And we'll see you then.